You keep asking, am I a high-value man? Wrong question. The real question is this. If you disappeared tomorrow, who would feel the loss? Not the loss of your messages, not the loss of your likes, the loss of your weight. Most men in 2026 are everywhere, online all day, available to everyone, needed by no one. You're not feared, you're not respected. You're just there. If that stings, good. Because in the next few minutes, you're going to see why most men stay replaceable for life. And the dark Stoic blueprint that turns you into the man people quietly hope never walks away. Look at the average man in 2026. He wakes up, checks his phone before he checks himself. He opens her chat before he opens his own day. His mood is not his. It belongs to whoever last replied. He scrolls through advice about being high value. Dress better, make more money. Go to the gym. He does some of it, but inside, nothing changes. He's still scared to say no, still chases validation, still panics when she pulls away. He thinks the problem is that women don't see his worth. The truth is darker. He doesn't live a life that costs anything to lose. Think about your last breakup. You thought she walked away because you weren't good-looking enough, not successful enough, not alpha enough. But ask yourself this. If she left, what actually changed in her life? Did she lose a man with standards, discipline, and direction? Or did she lose a guy who was always on his phone, always available, always explaining, always there? Losing always there doesn't hurt. It's relief. Psychology has a name for what you became, a low-friction supply, easy to access, easy to ignore. Never really gone. Women, friends, even your job. They all respond the same way to low-friction supply. They use it. They do not value it. You can feel it when you walk into a room. People aren't more careful with your time. They know you'll stay late. Do extra. Listen to their drama. You think you're being good. In reality, you've trained everyone to treat you like air. Necessary, but unnoticed. And then you wonder why nobody treats you like fire. Here's the part most men never hear. Being high value isn't about what you say you are. It's about what it costs to lose you. The Stoics understood this before the term existed. Men like Marcus Aurelius weren't chasing attention. They were building an inner citadel, a mind, a discipline, a standard that didn't crumble when people changed their feelings. Modern psychology calls this secure attachment and internal locus of control. It means your sense of worth comes from the man you know you are, not from the reaction you get from others. Dark psychology adds something sharper. People unconsciously test your boundaries to see how far they can move you. They cancel last minute. They answer when they feel like it. They give you half-truths. They flirt with disrespect and watch. Every time you tolerate it, their brain makes a quiet note. This man's presence is cheap. There's another principle at work here. You've heard it before, the scarcity effect. The less available something is, the more valuable it feels. But here's the twist. Nobody tells you. Scarcity without substance is just annoyance. If you're distant but empty, mysterious but directionless, quiet but weak, people don't chase you. They forget you. You think going ghost mode makes you powerful. It doesn't. Unless the life you live in that ghost mode is heavy, disciplined, and unapologetically yours. Right now, many men are going no contact, detaching, cutting people off, but they're not becoming high value. They're just lonely with better branding. The Stoic angle is ruthless. You are only as high value as your ability to stand alone without collapsing. You know why manipulative people panic when a truly grounded man pulls back? Because he doesn't just disappear from their chat. He disappears from their control. That is the dark psychology no one spells out. High value is not about how much they want you when you're there. It's about how disoriented they feel when you're no longer available as supply. You don't get there by quotes. You get there by reconstruction. So here's the blueprint. Not pretty, effective. The first rule is called ghost mode with a mission. Going quiet is useless if your silence is just you drowning in your own thoughts. Ghost mode with a mission means this. When you step back from people, you don't disappear into your pain. You disappear into your work. Example, instead of checking her profile at midnight, you're learning a high-income skill, or putting in an extra hour under the bar, or building something that will pay you long after she forgets your last conversation. You're not ignoring her to make her chase. You're ignoring her because your future needs all of you right now. The second rule is standards before feelings. Average men live by emotion. High-value men live by standards. You decide, calmly, not in anger, what you will and will not tolerate. Disrespect, inconsistency, emotional games. Then you stick to it, even when you're lonely, even when you're tempted, especially when you're afraid of losing her. Example, she flakes on you twice with weak excuses. The old you tries harder. The high-value you simply stops offering your time. No drama, no paragraph, just a quiet removal of access. This is where cognitive dissonance hits her brain. She expected the old pattern. She got a different man. The third rule is ruthless energy accounting. Your time is limited. Your energy is limited. Your attention is the most powerful currency you own. Psychology is clear. What you repeatedly focus on reshapes your emotional state. Right now, you spend that focus on people who drain you, apps that numb you, and fantasies that never become reality. High-value men track where their energy goes and cut leaks without mercy. Example, you notice that every time you answer late-night drama texts, you wake up drained, behind on your own life. So you stop. You put your phone in another room at night. You will be misunderstood. Good. Every "why are you ignoring me" is proof you're no longer emotionally on call. The fourth rule is controlled darkness. This is where dark psychology meets Stoicism. You're not naive anymore. You understand people manipulate, test, use. You stop expecting purity from the world. You start expecting strength from yourself. Controlled darkness means you integrate your shadow, your anger, your ambition, your hunger, but you don't let it own you. Example, you know you could play games, breadcrumb, love bomb. You choose not to because you're busy building a kingdom, not a fan club. Your danger is not in how you can hurt others. Your danger is in how little you need them to feel whole. The fifth rule is uncomfortable consistency. Most men can be disciplined for a week, a month, then they slide back. High-value men understand something brutal. Your nervous system must be trained to sit in boredom and still do the work. You go to the gym when nothing is changing. You study when nobody is watching. You show up for your routines when there is no applause. Example, you pick a morning ritual, cold shower, journaling, training. You do it for 90 days. No exceptions. Sick, tired, heartbroken. You still show up. By day 91, you don't recognize the man in the mirror. Not because the world crowned you, but because you kept your own word longer than you ever have before. That's the part women feel. That's the part the world responds to. Here's what all of this really means. A high-value man in 2026 isn't just a guy with money, muscles, and silence. He is the man who has finally understood that his life is not a reaction to who stays or leaves. Stoic philosophy would say it simply: focus on what is within your control, your character, your effort, your choices, and release what never was. Their opinions, their moods, their loyalty. But you're not just staying calm. You're becoming dangerous because you're no longer programmable. People can't bait you with sex, can't control you with rejection, can't own you with compliments. You went from chasing attention to commanding it by the way you move, by the way you walk away, by the way you keep building whether they clap or not. Remember the man at the start? Always online, always available, invisible. He dies when you decide you will never again be the easiest thing to lose. The woman who leaves you now doesn't walk away from a desperate boy. She walks away from a man so committed to his own path that losing him is a genuine event in her life. Some will regret, some won't. It doesn't matter. Because the real upgrade is that you regret abandoning yourself more than you regret losing anyone else. So stop asking, "Am I high value yet?" Ask this instead. If I disappeared from their life tomorrow, would they lose a distraction or a force? If that question hit harder than you expected, you already know what to do next. Join the Stoic Cartel. Come back to the fire tomorrow. We'll keep turning every rejection into fuel for the kind of man you're becoming.